Okay, so thank you so much for staying so late in the afternoon. It's 4 o'clock and you are not drinking a cold beer somewhere, so it's a real pleasure. Oh, you are drinking there, so that's good. So, I have 20 minutes for a 40-minute presentation, so I will just take this very, very fast. I have 5 seconds to introduce myself, so I just want you, on a count of 3, to shout your name so I know you, and I will shout mine. So, 1, 2, 3. Ben. Very nice to meet you. It's great to have you here. So you can see what I do. Why I'm here. So imagine I'm driving the car, the wife is next to me, and I'm listening to hackish language. What else? And there is, of course, like a conversation about, I think it was like password managers or something. And driving, listening, you know, and there is like, Ninja says, oh yeah, but that's not part of my threat model. I'm like, you guys have threat models? I'm like, where do I get one? So I work in risk, so it's not that far, but when you go and you just look at all of the existing frameworks, they are like Stride, the Microsoft application, threat modeling tool. It's not something that you can use. So who knows what is a threat model? Raise your hands. I can go home. It's great. But for the others who don't know it, the threat model is simply identifying and evaluating the dangers to any system, process, or even a person. And that's what we are doing here. We are doing personal threat modeling. And here is the thing. So personal threat modeling does not really have many frameworks, so I thought that, you know, I have to make one of my own. So I have some facts. Of course, I have no citations because I made all of this shit up, but hey, so most people, I'm guessing not me, but you, don't really worry about constantly stuff, so that's one thing. The other thing is that humans, as a species, have the ability to kind of imagine scenarios and imagine what you would do. Like, that's why we go to movies, read books, or I don't know, do the crosswords, who's doing what. So learning from the mistakes from others, I think, is a superpower. And this is what you can do when you start thinking about stuff. And how do you think about this? Well, you have to model it. But of course, there is, you know, model is a model. That's like, you know, an abstraction of whatever you are facing. So we'll never be perfect. The other thing is that compared to any like application review, business threat assessment, there are clearly guided and described processes, hopefully, most of the time. But with a personal threat modeling, well, everybody is very unique. And you kind of need to do your own. You cannot download it from the internet. So when you start with this, you actually have to clear the mental fog of war that your mind is using to keep you sane and not worrying about that stuff that I mentioned in the previous slide. And you have to discover, you know, how things are interconnected around you. And so why a pocket threat model? Well, you just need to start somewhere. So you could, well, do some selective other stuff, but this is what I came up with. I'm like, okay, let's start a threat model. What's in my pocket? So the concept of pocket threat modeling is very easy. You start with stuff that is literally on you. And why is that? Because even with the trust of society that we already have, and we don't need to keep the nuts, you know, always on us, most of the stuff that we carry with us actually have either value or access to other stuff or control over other stuff or actually claims. So just think about this. Access could be like a key. Control could be like maybe your phone. A claim could be your identity card, because that is where you claim who you are. So my thought was that you should just start writing stuff down that you have and start to connect out to things that are in your life and that are important to you. So, well, this is very abstract. How would we start with that? So, let's see. Let me show you. I don't know. You could just do it on pen and paper, which is like a real secure and offline way of doing it. But my tool of choice is actually Obsidian. And you will see, well, in 5 minutes how and why. Obsidian is a note-taking tool that kind of handles Markdown. You can have a little project that handles all of your notes. And you can just go and write what's in your pocket. So I'm guessing everybody has the same thing in their pockets. If you just reach into it, it's poop bag. Or maybe just the dog owners, but okay, you have a phone and you have probably keys in it, but dog owners probably have like poop bags. So let's just write down that. Okay, thank you. We are done. Okay, kind of joking with this, but actually when you start with this, what's really great about Obsidian here, I tried like a lot of mind mapping tools, other solutions, is when you click one of these links that I just used by creating double brackets, I could just go into the poop bag. And I can add context. So it's like, if you had like HyperCard, I'm too old for this, but yeah. So HyperCard was like cards connected, and it's very good for this. So let's go back to the presentation. Now you understand the gist, what I'm talking about. What's put into your threat model? Yeah, so you just put in things. Things are like tangible, intangible, but things connect to other things. Maybe they are like providing access, maybe they are not providing access, but you would also need to put that in as well. So I could have a phone with me, and I would be like able to say that I have some apps on it, I have an Instagram app. But if I would have like a password that I would use for Instagram, I could say that it is like an Instagram password. And if I'm reusing that password, I would be able to link that password to others. Or if I have Dino in my password, then I could just link it to the dog. And that would enable me to, you know, clear that mental fog and explore the territory of all of the stuff that is important for me. You would add people as well, because of course when you go there, like, oh, I have the home key, and then there is the home, then there's surely somebody there. Maybe a burglar, we could add those. But you can also list your reputation, like, oh, I did a very bad B-sides presentation this year, like, you can add that. So, and once you're done with that, then you have to think about the dangers, like, what's happening with these? And most frameworks have, you know, oh, stride, you have to go through spoofing, repudiation, everything. You don't have to do that. Two things. What if you lose it? And what if somebody else has access to it? This is the only two things you need to think about. Everything is kind of falling under this. But each item or asset that you have will bring to this. And how will you be able to, well, get a keymate? Maybe the wife can let you into the apartment if you lose it. Maybe you need to buy a new phone, but how do you get those 2FA codes? So the previous sample was just a little bit short. So I heard many Steves in the audience. So this is not predestination, but Steve actually came to my talk and he wanted to have a threat model and he started doing it. And that's why we have his threat model. And that's what I will show you. So he has more things. I hope that you can I hope that you can see this. He has a lot of things, and of course, poop bag is in his pocket as well. So, who can tell me what is the biggest danger to Steve right now? Steve Sample. Cancer. He has cigarettes. Don't smoke, it's not good for you. So, let's go, let's see, poop bag. Well, he has a dog named Dino. Dino is a dachshund. He has a chip. The chip has, home address, phone number, pet contact details. We can go back to the pocket. We can check that, Steve has a wedding band. He's married to Wilma. Wilma is the wife. They have a boy, baby boy Billy. Wife is active on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr. You can go with that, the boy is everything for Steve. If you go back, we can also check that Steve has a car, but his car is like a company car, so he doesn't have to really worry about it. You see, if he lost it, work has another set of car keys, so he can just pick that up and move the car. But if somebody took it, well, that's bad, but there is insurance. So this is like, threat assessment. We have it done for you. So how would we what good is this for? Apart from, really nice clicking through things, and like you can go back here as well, poop bag. So here is the magic. Obsidian actually has a graph view. I'm guessing this is where you blow your mind. You can see, what's on the home keys. Where is Grandma? We could search for her. We can see Grandma Gertrude is active on Facebook, and she's very political. Oh, that means that's like something to consider. Like, okay, Steve also has a Midnight Munchies Minecraft server, and he's a mod. And if you have been here earlier today, then that's where exploits get born, like Minecraft servers. So it's very easy to think about your stuff once you have all of these relationships mapped for you. And if you would do this in a mind mapping tool, I actually tried. It would take you days to connect, and then just something changes. So this is the whole idea. Defenders think in lists, attackers think in graphs, and you are now thinking in graphs as well. So you are on the right side of this. Use Obsidian. It's very good for you. Links and backlinks look a breeze. I could present it in 2 minutes. Everything is in Markdown. You can actually edit the Markdown outside Obsidian. So if you prefer any other editor, then at the end you can still have the links. You can also use tags, as I did with Grandma Gertrude. Like, she's political. I could have had additional layers added, and I could have only tag products show up on a filter or anything. And as you saw, graph view is mind-blowing. So I mentioned maybe saying that, okay, I have like the dog's name in the password, but never put this into Obsidian. This is like clear text. You could mitigate some of it if you just put the vault that Obsidian calls your backup folders in like an encrypted container. OneDrive has one, and also Keybase. But yeah, this is very straightforward. Who thinks this is very easy to do? Okay, look, I have like 5 people. So this is an asset inventory. Nobody likes to do this, but this is the only thing that only you can do, nobody else. Because nobody else knows what is important for you. I mean, you could check, I did check, you go to Bellingcat, like what does an investigative journalist worry about? Hopefully you don't have the same threat model as they, and you don't have Mossad on your neck and others, but if you do, well, you could just put Mossad on that map and say that, okay, they can hack your phone, and you can check what connections your phone has. You can think about the threats. If you don't know about threats, you can listen to podcasts. You can listen to Hackish Language. You can listen to other podcasts as well, Risky Business, to mention some of the others. And of course, it will never be perfect. If you spend just an evening with a cold drink on typing alone with the light of the monitor shining down on your face, and you just come back later and read it, and you just realize, yeah, my computer is out of warranty, like I did have the insurance lapse, and so there are a lot of things that you will just think and it will click for you, and when it clicks, you will see the solution to it, because we are problem solvers by nature. That means when you would have the problem future in life, then you would be doing, well, maybe probably the same thing. You would go back for the keys, but now you know that that is an issue. Maybe, you know, if Steve loses his job, the car is gone. So he has to think about that. So in summary, you need a threat model. And it's dangerous to go alone, so take this. Any questions?
So does anybody have a question in their pocket?
Nice.
No. Okay, in that case, Benedek, thank you very, very much.